Every single review just gives you a bunch of different features and you are still absolutely confused which is the best choice for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you just the very specific features that you actually need to pay attention to understand which is the best choice for you based on your specific case. And on top of that, I have some discounts and crazy bonuses if you use my affiliate links, so check out all of the links in the description. When it comes to Flodesk automations, it has some of the basic automations out there like freebie delivery, nurture series. However, honestly, it's lacking quite a lot. You don't have any advanced conditions, you don't have multi-trigger workflows, no split testing, no page visited tracking, no e-commerce triggers. It's really only really suited for very simple sequences and some nurture flows, and that's it. So honestly, I would say even maybe a 5 to 6 out of 10. By the way, I have created a document of 50 best growth hacks used by the biggest marketers out there. Check the link below. When it comes to interface, it's honestly very simple. It's very clean, very intuitive. It's extremely beginner friendly because, as I mentioned before, it doesn't really have a lot of automation features, and I will discuss some other things as well. But because it's lacking a lot of stuff, it makes it super simple. So it's a 10 out of 10. There are some other softwares that I would say are maybe as simple as this, but they have a lot more features. By the way, I created a blueprint for the best business model out there, so check the description. When it comes to landing pages, one thing to note is they do have very beautiful landing pages, very beautiful templates. And this obviously depends, it's subjective. I'll show you later a bit how the design looks. But it's easy to customize, but it's limited to the flexibility of how much you can actually customize. And there is no A/B testing, no advanced analytics, none that kind of stuff. So you'll have a few templates that look nice, but if you need something a bit more, it really doesn't provide it, hence it's only 6 out of 10. When it comes to forms, there are some, again, very beautiful templates. This might be subjective, but they are very modern, nice looking templates. And it's great aesthetic for creators, actually even different fields. However, the customization again is very light, and there's no A/B testing, no more advanced features, so it's only 7 out of 10. When it comes to newsletter designer, again, when it comes to the visual aspect, it's very nice builder. It has some gorgeous templates with typography, layout options. However, it just doesn't have some advanced features like no dynamic content, no A/B testing for content, none of those basic type of things that you really actually need for your email marketing software. Hence, it's only 7 out of 10, even though visually it does look very nice. When it comes to e-commerce, it integrates with Shopify and other platforms via Zapier, so you'll need to pay extra if it's other platforms. You have some basic purchase tagging, but no native abandoned cart recovery, no product recommendations. Really, it's lacking a lot. It's only maybe like a 5 to 6 out of 10. So, unique features. First of all, they have unlimited everything plan, and I'll show you in a second what that exactly means. But this is the one thing that why this software really is popular. And then also I would say another feature that's a little bit standout feature is that what I mentioned before, they do have a lot of great looking design templates if you like that specific style that they provide. When it comes to Flodesk pricing, it's very interesting actually because they have these 3 different options. But the one thing you have to understand, the free plan, it's actually just to grow. You can't actually send any emails. You can only collect emails, and that's it, to grow your list. But when you start collecting emails, you want to start sending emails right away. So it doesn't even make sense, honestly, to go with this plan. I would never suggest it. There are better softwares that provide free plans. And then you have the Pro, and you also have the Everything. And with the Pro, the really interesting thing here is usually it's based on subscriber amount, but here there's no subscriber amount. It starts at $38
And that's the only option. It doesn't go up as well. It's unlimited emails, unlimited subscribers, unlimited workflows. And this really kind of depends. So here they have this basically thing where they show you, okay, no matter how many subscribers you get, it's going to cost you the same amount. And they say if you have 25,000 subscribers, on average is $75, which I think actually it's a lot less. If you're using something like Sender or MailerLite, you're actually going to be paying less than $38. It's going to be cheaper to start out. And they actually even have free plans as well. So you can actually start out much cheaper. Where it might be interesting is if you start getting more subscribers. If let's say you have 10,000 subscribers, now you're still only paying those, if you're doing monthly, $38 a month. And here it says average $250, but actually I would say if you're using Sender, MailerLite, it's going to be somewhere around like $100. But that's basically around one third of this price. So it is a lot cheaper if you have a ton of subscribers. And obviously if you go more and more, it's going to be great. But this is again just for kind of like, as I explained, other feature just for the basic stuff. And if you want to go with everything plan, this includes payments and checkouts, sales funnels, selling products, basically all of these sales features. And that is $64 a month. Again, the same type of principle, it's not going to change. However, I would say that keep in mind that the sales pages, the funnels, all of the stuff is very basic. So most likely you will end up getting a separate software that does all of your sales. You don't want to rely on just selling using Flodesk and that's it. So who is Flodesk best for? Honestly, it's only really best if you're going to send a lot of basic emails and that's it. You don't care about all the automations, advanced segmentations, all of these more advanced features like the landing pages, the forms and all of that. And if you have a huge list as well, as I explained with the pricing, if you have a small list, it doesn't really make sense. But if you have a big list, it's only $38 a month. So you're going to save a lot of money if that is your goal. However, I would say that honestly, if you get a software that's going to have a bit more of automation features, it's going to have maybe A/B testing, so you can increase your conversion rates a lot. You're going to make so much more money. So I would advise honestly to invest a little bit more money and get a different software, because you are sacrificing all of these automation features that can really grow your business a lot.
When it comes to GetResponse automations, they do have some interesting things. So they have all of the usual sort of automations that you will need, but also they have some additional things, for example, engagement scoring. And then you can send personalized emails based on that engagement scoring. And obviously you have all of these other usual features that you will have on other tools. But I would say it's pretty advanced, and you even have some CRM based type of conditions. So I will give it 9 out of 10. I would say it's one of the stronger tools when it comes to automations in email marketing. When it comes to ease of use and interface, it's very clear layout with guided onboarding. However, Automation Builder is, because it's pretty powerful, it does feel a little bit complex for beginners. But once you kind of get used to it, it's honestly not that difficult, so I'll give it an 8 out of 10. When it comes to landing pages, this is one of the stronger points as well, and I'll show you later why exactly this is the case. But they have an excellent drag and drop builder with a bunch of different professional looking templates. You can customize all the sections, add countdowns, pop-ups, product embeds, all of those kind of things, which to be fair, you can do with most of the landing page builders. And you have built-in A/B testing and analytics for conversion tracking, which is something that's a little bit more advanced and not every email marketing platform has. So it's a 9 out of 10. When it comes to forms, you have all the pop-ups, embeds, exit intent with really good templates, and obviously you can trigger all the automations and add tagging. It's decent customization, however, it's not as flexible design as a dedicated form tool, so it's nothing special per se, but it has all of the stuff you'll need. It's an 8 out of 10. When it comes to newsletter designer, it's a feature-rich email builder with a lot of modern templates. You'll have most of the blocks that you need, and they are reusable as well. Also, if you're selling the products, then you have dynamic product recommendations and personalized sections. There's also A/B testing for content and for subject lines. So it's pretty decent builder. I do maybe prefer some of the other email marketing builders, but this has quite a lot of different features, so I'll give it 8 out of 10. So when it comes to e-commerce and store, you have all the integrations with Shopify, WooCommerce, and it supports product tagging, abandoned cart recovery, purchase tracking. I'll show you this a little bit later, but basically you can sell your own products directly through the landing pages, and it has these sales funnel capabilities. So it's a 9 out of 10. It's a little bit more advanced maybe if you're going to use these sales funnel capabilities that I'll show you later. When it comes to AI features, they're emphasizing a lot on AI. However, what I saw mostly was there's AI email generator and subject line suggestions, which every email marketing software has. And they do have predictive send time optimization, which again, most of the softwares have. And they also claim they have this AI campaign assistant, but I think it's very early stages maybe, so it's not very useful yet. So it's a 7 out of 10. When it comes to unique features, there are quite a few different features. So first of all, they have built-in webinar, so you can run a webinar with email marketing software, which is probably the only email marketing tool that provides webinar features. And you can also have course hosting platform, so you can basically create courses and host courses on here, which again is something that's not typical for email marketing tool. It's more for a course creation tool. Also, you have funnel builder for lead magnet sales webinars. Also, you have a funnel builder for lead magnets sales and webinars. So what this is basically, if you go in here, you will see that the way they structure this, they do it really like as a funnel. So you have your top of a funnel, let's say your Facebook ads that you can connect, landing pages, sign up forms, email marketing, sales pages, blah, 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 blah. All of these different things. And they actually even provide like a one-click upsell. Most of this, I would say that you can do this with email automations in general. So you don't necessarily need this like built-in sort of thing. They just structure it in like this specific way that kind of makes it easy to understand, but honestly, you can execute same thing with other email marketing softwares. This maybe makes it just like a tad bit easier. And also something like one-click upsell is something you will not have this with other email marketing software. So this is maybe the one thing that kind of like stands out, but all of these other features, they are available. They're maybe not just structured as nicely. There are a couple of things you have to understand when it comes to GetResponse pricing. So first of all, we choose 10,000 subscribers. With the starter plan, honestly, you are missing some of the really essential features. So if we look at the features that they provide, you will see that actually when it comes to all of these perfect timing, A/B testing, e-commerce tracking, none of these features exist with the basic plan, and even like these basic features. And also the features why you might want to go with GetResponse is all of this sales funnel builder, and that doesn't exist with this plan as well. So honestly, it's kind of limited. It's only $79 a month, which is not a bad price. However, for the features it's providing, it's not really worth it. So really, you'll want to go either with Marketer or you'll want to go with Creator. And as you can see, they're really promoting this one because the only reason you might want to go with GetResponse is if you're actually going to use all of these features of course creation, the conversion funnel, building out a website. And the Marketer plan, it's $114 a month, which is fairly competitive pricing compared to other softwares, but it doesn't have all of these features. So when it comes to webinars, website creation, course creation, it doesn't have those things. So technically, if you go for that, you'll need to go with Creator plan, which is $134, which is a little bit on the higher price end. And then you get those features. However, one thing to keep in mind here as well is that they have a limit on how many students you can have. And as you can see here, you can have up to 5,000 students. So just keep that in mind, because it might seem like a lot, but if one of the ways how you're requiring basically your email subscribers is by having a free course, then you might actually hit this number pretty quick if you have a free course. Whereas some of the other, as I said, sales pages, they might come at similar price tag, and they have unlimited and they have additional features. When it comes to the funnel, they have very advanced features. So who is it best for? So if you want something that is a bit closer to a sales funnel builder because of what I just showed you in the last point, then this might be good, because it's email marketing software, but it's trying to sort of be a sales funnel builder as well. However, I will say one thing, that it's not as good an actual sales funnel builder. So if you're going for this email marketing software because it's sort of like a sales funnel builder, I would say just go for a sales funnel builder, and that's it. And I'll leave a link for my favorite one. But if you want just to have some basic features, and if you want to host maybe some courses and sort of just have, you know, your email marketing tool being able to do those things, then this might be a good choice for you. But I would just go with actual sales funnel builder if I'm going to go with GetResponse. By the way, I have also made an ultimate video comparing all of the different softwares, so go check that out, link in description. And don't forget, I have special discounts and crazy bonuses if you use my affiliate link. So if you enjoyed this, check out all of those links.